So what I have here is a program that simulates the card game War. In this program, we have several classes established. One that talks about the how the card functions, how the entire deck functions, and then how the player functions, with the app being the main. So what we do is we have two players, and then we have a deck instantiated. We shuffle the deck, and there are 52 cards in the deck. So it is going to take turns dealing one card back and forth to each player. Each player then having 26 cards, there means there's going to be 26 rounds that we're going to total the number of wins per each round, which will get us a final score at the end and decide whether there was a draw, meaning that the each player won the same amount of games, or we're going to establish a winner, either player one or player two won the most out of all those rounds. So the card will be flipped. We'll get the value. Um, it will establish whether or not the value of that card, if it's a tie, if player one won that round, it will award a point to player one. If player two won that award, then it'll be established as the point will go to player two. It will continue to keep tally until we reach the end, in which a final score will be displayed. Um, and again, like I said, there is an option for it being a draw. So each player won the same amount of rounds, or player one or player two. The way the cards function, this talks about each suit, the name of the actual card, so whether it was a two, three, four, etc. The suit, so card, whether the card was hearts, clubs, spades, or diamonds, and then what the actual value was of the card, with um, with jacks being 11, kings or queens being 12, kings being 13, and aces being high at 14. The deck, then, the way that this responds is it sets up and it establishes suits and the numbers. Um, and um, so that way we can identify which card and what the value is of each card. The player class then gets um, the array. It has a list of the cards that are in the hand of each player. And as it goes through each round, it compares and adds the score of the winners. So let's see how this all works. We're going to run that. Let me bring the console up here so we can see. So let me go to the top, and you can see it begins with round one. It's showing here that with round one, player one turned up a seven of clubs, and player two turned up an ace of spades. So with this one, the ace of spades being the highest card, 1 point was awarded to player two. The next round, player one gets a nine of diamonds, and player two gets a six of spades. So this time the point was awarded to player one. This continues on for 26 rounds, and we keep track of each one of those rounds and who was the winner. Let me see if I can find one where it was a tie. It doesn't look like in any of these that I had a tie. So we'll play that again and we'll see if we can actually get a tie. So here you can see the total score, 26. So we did not have a tie if that's breaking up evenly. So on this one, player two is the winner with 17 and player one with 9. So let's run that again and see if we can actually get this to pull up a tie. So here, all of these are going to player one. Here we go. This one at round 19, player one had a 10 of diamonds, player two had a 10 of hearts. So at that point, it is a tie. No points were awarded. At the end of the game, you can see that player one had a final score of 15 and player two had a final score of 8, which makes player one the winner. So let's try that one more time, see if we can get that. If we can get player two to win. So here you can see player two wins that round, player one wins that round. I don't see, here's another tie, so no points were awarded. So at the final count at the end of 26 rounds, player one has a score of 9, player two has a score of 13. Player two is the winner.